You see, most riders will tell you their first bike wasn't special. It wasn't fast, it wasn't rare, it probably wasn't worth much money then, and definitely isn't now. And yet, decades later, some riders still have it, still ride it, still wrench on it. Some even hang it on the wall. So why do some people sell their very first bike without a second thought, while others keep it for life? This is the story of the Forever Bike. Ask riders why they keep their first bike, and the answer is rarely horsepower or specs. One rider said it best: "I didn't fall in love with the machine. I fell in love with what it unlocked. Freedom, independence, risk. The feeling of learning something dangerous and personal on your own terms." From a neuroscience standpoint, this definitely matters. Your first bike is often paired with novelty, fear, and reward. The exact combination that wires long-term memory deeply into the brain. Dopamine doesn't just reinforce pleasure, it reinforces meaning. That's why riders can forget birthdays, phone numbers, even old jobs, but remember exactly how their first bike smelled after a ride, straight out of the showroom. Interestingly, many riders say they didn't keep their first bike for sentimental reasons at all. They kept it because it still had a job. A small bike for back roads, a simple bike that never complained, a beater they weren't afraid to ride hard, park anywhere, or take on bad days. One rider put it pretty bluntly: motorcycles are for riding. Otherwise, they're just expensive decorations. From a behavioral standpoint, this is identity reinforcement. The bike becomes part of how you ride, not just what you ride. And when a machine continues to serve a purpose, even a humble one, your brain stops categorizing it as replaceable. It becomes familiar, predictable, safe. That's when selling it starts to feel wrong. What's fascinating is how many riders say the same thing. "I wish I kept it." They sold it for money, for space, for practicality, for life. Kids, moves, jobs, injuries, and years later they remember not the bike, but the version of themselves who rode it. Psychologists call this memory anchoring. Objects tied to major life transitions, like independence or early adult childhood. It becomes symbolic time capsules, you can say. You're not missing the bike, you're missing who you were when you rode it. And that's why people rebuy the same model decades later, just to feel that moment again, this time with experience instead of fear. But not everyone keeps their first bike, and that's okay. Some riders outgrow them. Some bikes stop serving a purpose. Some people aren't wired for nostalgia. One rider said it perfectly: "A thing that no longer serves you should be gone." And science backs this up too. Not everyone attaches emotions to objects. Some people attach meaning to progress, not preservation. For them, letting go is healthy, not regretful. The Forever Bike isn't about morality. It's about alignment, one would say. So why do some riders never sell their first bike? Because it wasn't just transportation. It was discovery. It was survival. It was the first time the world felt bigger and closer at the same time. And once in a while, a bike earns the right to stay. Not because it's perfect, but because it remembers who you were when everything was just a beginning.